Hello, hello, welcome. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are going to get messages from your future self. And I know that it seems to us like it's easier for us to have a sense of, oh, hey, we've met someone in our past, or I've had these experiences in past lives. And when it comes to our future life, that's kind of where we start to get blocked up. And that is where I come in. Hi, I'm Cheryl, and I'm going to show you today that there truly is no space, time, or distance between us. I am going to be getting you the messages that you need to feel empowered on your path and give you the guidance and direction so that you can move forward with a lot more confidence. Okay, so for the tarot cards, we have 3 choices. Timestamps will be down below in the description. And as always, you can choose more than one. So choice number 1. Choice number 2. And choice number 3. Okay. So I will let you make your selection, and I am going to get us started in the reading. Hi, Group 1. Okay, we are going to start your reading with my intuitive notes and impressions. And the very first thing that actually came in was this. It was like this bright, joyful, and it was beautiful, and it felt like this inner elevation that emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you were elevated or in alignment. I don't know how to explain it, but boy, was it nice. And it actually brought me not just to that joy, but I got that impression of patting tears away. And it felt to me like you guys have been through some really difficult times. And I don't feel like one area of your life has been more challenging than other areas. Like there's multiple areas is what I'm trying to say. And so I felt like they were trying to say that moving here through forward in the future, there is more joy coming in for you. This is from your future self. And I felt like there's something that's going on right now as far as your identity, and it felt more like identity around path, purpose. Who am I? Where is my place in this world? What am I here to do? That kind of thing. But what was interesting is, along with this inner elevation, it also gave me the feeling of an elevation of status, but this felt like socially an elevated feeling of status. And it was like there's work here that you guys are going to be doing with other people. And that's why I have the handout, because when I was seeing it, it was a person with their hand out helping other people up. So I put uplifting, and I felt like this was self and others. You'd done the work for yourself and then are paying it forward in life in the future to help out others. And this is going to be in very different ways for each of you. But the biggest messages that came through here was that it's enough. What you're doing is enough, that you are enough, and the efforts that you are putting into yourself in your life, it is enough. It is going to take you where you really truly want to be in life. And you do have something to offer. And that ties in again to this identity around path and purpose. So along with this self-esteem stuff, it also was giving me the feeling that there was something about redirecting your worries. That these are the 2 things that your future self is asking for you to focus on and work on right now. Redirecting your worries and moving it more instead of that worry mode into focusing on where you want to be in the future, what you want to be doing in the future, how you want to feel in the future, and staying focused on that and doing the things that you feel drawn to do, because you are going to take yourself in the right direction. You truly are. Now let's get out. I'm going to stick this little bad boy right under our bell. Okay, so let's get out the cards here. And this one is hot. Oh, look at that. Of course, it's an empowerment card. And I want this one. Oh, new direction. Okay, now remember, oh my goodness, rewards. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is beautiful. This really is. Because this empowerment card, I feel, goes right along with what I was saying here about this inner elevation and this position, this upward change of status position. And I feel like that's what this empowerment card is talking about. That there is that sense of really coming into yourself and understanding yourself. And I want to say, understanding your own worth and value and contribution and gifts. That's where this empowerment lies. And what I would along with that is the rewards card. And I feel like that completely backs up what I was saying here. Because that rewards card says with your efforts that you're putting in and the things that you're doing, that there are rewards coming up in the future. And there is something about being seen in the eye of the public. And, that is that uplifting others, not just yourself. Like when you bring yourself up to this next level, you are going to be bringing others up as well. And I have to say that this also talks about a recognition, not just from the public, but for yourself, that you are recognizing and seeing these things in a very empowered way about who and what you really are. All these things that I was talking about around your identity. Now we also have the New Directions card, and I feel like this is the ace card of them all, because that new direction, it's saying that as you are coming down your path here, that there will be a change, and whatever trajectory, whatever path you feel like you're on now, there is going to be a change of direction for you. And I feel like mostly what they're saying with that is how you think things are going to end up, or where you think you're going to end up, isn't quite it. You're going to a different, whole higher level than where you're perceiving yourself coming up here. And this also talks about not just a change of work or job, or career, but this is also a change of home or location coming up. And I feel like this is the shift. The shift in these two areas is what really puts you into that place of empowerment and going, heck yeah, I am my own boss. I do have this. I do have something to offer. I am worthwhile, because it is so much that energy that comes through in this reading that it's very much about your self-concept. That's what I want to say with identity. It is your self-concept. Now, I'm just going to get us out two of these. This one here. Ah, beautiful. And we have the number 12. We'll just put this one here. And I want one more, you guys. One more. There it is. And we have the multi-dimensional. Okay, nice. So with that balance card, that's where this strength really comes in, through this inner elevation and having done the work. Because I feel like this balance isn't just going to come on its own. And I feel like right now there is a lot of imbalances, whether that's just internally, but also manifesting out there in your life. It's really coming back into that balance where you're not in fight and flight out in the world here, and not having that inner struggle and fight going on inside of you as well. There's a calming of those seas. And this is really beautiful to have this in multi-dimensional card, because that says through this, like, I want to say there's a lot of personal growth work coming up here for you guys. And that multi-dimensional card is talking about like a shifting of your tune, your frequencies through this change of perception and understanding of yourself. It really does switch up the energy of who you are. And when that happens, it brings you more into this centered state where you're much more connected spiritually. And I feel like this is what they're talking about with this uplifting of others, that this component is a big part of your work, path, purpose, and that it's almost like helping once you are tapped in, tuned in, and I'm pretty sure you're already at that stage right now where your wiring is pre-connected here, right? That you really are working more from this place of spirit in bringing that higher understanding, wisdom, knowledge, intuition, whatever that is, in helping others elevate on their path. And I feel like this is a lot of that. It has that ascension energy going on, you know, that we truly are in this realm in a place of altering, ascending into a new way of experiencing. And you, my friend, are definitely a big part of that in helping others level up as well. Now, I'm just going to get out the tarot cards because I want some personal things. Like, what else can we bring through for group 3? Now we have, oh, beautiful, the Ace of Feathers, which, yeah, okay, just wait. And I want this one. Oh my goodness, another ace. I just need to say aces are new starts, new beginnings, and we have new direction. And so it's like, and I feel like I need to shuffle it to bring this one back out to the top. There it is right there. And we have the Empress. Beautiful. Okay, I really have to start with this Ace of Crystals because this one talks about entrepreneurial type work going on for you. And that's where that moving into this place, career of helping others, is that entrepreneurial type thing. Now, this one does say manifesting and prosperity, and that is a huge part of what the Ace of Crystals is talking about, because it's talking about a new beginning in the financial department. But this also says that you are able to build your own little personal empire here in a way that you become into a position of being able to help others. And that whole helping others is so huge in your energy. I don't think that any of you in the future would be satisfied, truly satisfied in your heart, if you weren't being of service or aid to your fellow souls here in this lifetime. And this, I feel like, is that reassurance, because even though things don't look that way at this moment, that is where things are heading, where you are your own leader in all of this, and you are able to be self-sustaining, taking care of yourself financially, okay, through the work that you do, through doing your true purpose. And then we also have the Ace of Feathers. And I love this little guy because this one talks about a change of mindset, a change of perception, which you guys know I've already been talking about in this. And that, I feel, is really addressing this, your worth, value, self-confidence, and that worrying, all of those things, that what your higher self is asking is that you redirect your energy away from your past, away from what's been, away from your worries about your future, your worries about your gifts and your path, and just to really focus on where you want to aim your arrow and shoot. Because with this renewed perspective, higher perspective, because you see how our little billy goat is looking up into the heavens almost, is through that change of mind, you're able to perceive and literally build a new future that is different from the one that you have. That's actual meaning with this card. And that again falls so into alignment with our new directions card. So things really are going to be taking a turn for you guys in a way that you really, I feel like you aren't expecting this to really pan out this way for you, but it truly is. And then kind of as our triumphant card here, we have the Empress. And the Empress truly is, like, she does represent abundance. So we have abundance, manifesting prosperity, and, and that elevation of status and position. And I feel like your future self is bringing you this through the tarot cards to kind of help you, because your future self knows you, and they know that these worries are very real and they seem true, but they aren't the truth of what's coming up for you in the future. So the Empress card really does represent the divine feminine. So things like intuition, nurturing, caring, all of these things. So I feel like they're heading into this multidimensional energy that was coming out through this card in saying that your intuitive connection, your heartfelt connection to spirit, to your dedication to your spiritual and personal growth work is a huge part of who you are and a huge part of who you are going to be in the future. And it's the rabbit, because the rabbit does, procreate and have lots of babies, and that's the abundance that it's talking about here. So I wouldn't be surprised, because that energy is coming in, that there's like more than one thing. You know what, that expression, you have your finger in more than one pie, and that's the energy that I'm getting from you. I feel like there isn't one absolute thing. This one thing is my sole purpose, more that my sole purpose is this service to humanity, and I do these things, and I feel like there's multiple things that you have that you're doing. So I feel like your future self is saying, stay focused on the work that you are doing on you in here, okay? That things are actually going to head in a new direction that you are not expecting. Now, I really hope you liked your reading. If you did, please sprinkle some love on the like button for me, and be sure to subscribe, because I have lots of amazing readings coming up. And as always, I love you. I can't wait to see you again next week. Mwah. Take care. Hi, Group 2. Okay. I want to start off with my intuitive notes and impressions that were coming through. And the very first thing that came through was this feeling of peace and contentment. Like, I'm in my spot. I know who I am, what I am, and I am so at peace with where I have moved to in my life. And it was so beautiful, this energy, and not perfect. That's a not. That's what I mean by that. And it wasn't your future self wasn't saying, oh, everything's perfect and roses and da-da-da. No, because life is always going to have those challenges and places where we need to grow and evolve. And that even though things aren't absolutely perfect, you truly are happy with where things have ended up. And that, I feel, is the most important part of it. And belonging in the world. That was so strong with you guys in this group, because what came in here is the feeling of soulmate or soul family. And because it's not often, I don't generally do relationship readings, but it was so strong in here, this feeling of partnership, and then family. And they both came in at the same time. And it felt to me like this building of family. But I know many of you who are subscribed to me are, beyond that age of actually having more children. And so I feel like they must have been talking for some of you that this will be that building of soul family coming in, the right people coming in. And I have to say, there was a huge amount of feminine energy that did come in with this. So I am just going to mention that. But this energy of like the one, okay? The real one, the real relationship. And I feel like it just grounded you right into your life, and it gave you that ease where you're like, okay, I've got my person and I can relax and let go. And I put proves you wrong in a good way, because there was so much going on here, feeling that right now it's a lot of your lessons are around love in some way, and love for yourself and loving others, how to love others, how to have these balanced, healthy, nourishing relationships with other people, and how to do that with your own self. And it really had felt to me like there was, pieces or parts missing in your past that, left kind of these holes or gap where as you grew up, you had to you are figuring it out for yourself. Like, how do I love myself? I didn't get it the right way when I was younger. And that whoever this person is that comes in here, they prove you wrong about how you feel about yourself, about, are you lovable? Are you worthy of being loved? Do you have something? Are you capable of even being in a healthy, happy, normal, loving relationship? And this person proves to you that you absolutely are. And some of these, beliefs and stuff that you have kind of lingering underneath, they prove those wrong, that you absolutely are. And that's why I had written, will overcome beliefs and your past, because I feel like there's been a lot of turmoil in past relationships here. Like, I can feel I won't say just chaos, but just the frustrations in previous relationships. And you are going to overcome that, because you are going to be doing the work that is involved for you to get to the point where you are able to attract in those healthy relationships. And the biggest message that came through with you guys is, don't give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. I know it's hard. I do. And your higher self was even saying this, that there is something more coming up here for you that you really want in your life. It is there. And that's why it is aches in your heart now, because intuitively you know that is supposed to be a part of your life, and it will be, okay? It will be. Now let's get our cards out and see what we can get more as far as the reading. Now I feel like that one there is definite. Oh my gosh, the intimacy card. You just can't even make this stuff up. It's called intimacy, and that's exactly what we were. Yep. Okay. And I feel like I need this one as well. Freedom to come out of your shell. Absolutely. And I'm going to give it another shuffle. Just hold on here. And there it is right there. Oh my goodness. And self-talk. Okay. Now, so I feel like they're really kind of, your future self is not, playing any mercy with you guys. And that's okay. That's good, because it truly is exactly what you need. I want to start with this one, because this card, the self-talk card, don't give up on yourself, overcoming beliefs in your past. This is two lips and like this set of teeth that are chewing in on itself. And the self-talk card is talking about how you talk to yourself. And the way that we talk to ourselves inside in our own inner world is truly dictated by what we believe about ourselves, what we perceive about ourselves, and what we understand about ourselves and the world. And I feel like that's why it was saying you will overcome this. You will overcome what is feeding this negative, that the focus that you have on your negative aspects, that it's going to be flipped onto its head and into more of what your positive aspects are, your gifts, the beauty of the soul of who you are. And I feel like I really do need to say this, that a huge part of this message is that you must become diligent in watching your mind. And, it's going to take some practice, but, because you'll be just in the middle of thinking and suddenly you're just spiraling down that rabbit hole, going in at yourself here, and you'll catch yourself, halfway through and you go, oh, wait, I am not doing that anymore. And the more that you do that and the more that you practice, the sooner you'll be able to catch yourself, so that you can get to the point that when your mind wants to step into that habit, and trust me, that kind of self-talk and self-point of view is a habit, that you'll be able to catch it. You'll start to feel it before it just starts. You're like, zip, zip. Nope, none of that. No more. I'm done with that. Because there's something so much better coming up for you down your road here. And the freedom card has come out. And this is like, in this fractal, this is a nautilus shell. And so I see it as a snail shell coming out of your shell. And it's called freedom for a reason. Because this is you truly gaining your freedom. Freedom not just from your mind, but freedom from your past, freedom from beliefs, freedom from the pain and hurt from past relationships, and this pain of wanting to connect with other people in a very meaningful way and feeling like you haven't been able to accomplish it in the way that you truly want. And it's freedom from that coming up here, your future self truly is saying that there is a freedom for you. And I feel like that is where this peace and contentment comes in. And why your future self said, no, heck no, things aren't perfect. But man, are they nice. Are they ever nice? And even though they aren't perfect, this voice is much more quieter, because you will be doing the work coming up. And then we have this. I'm just like blown away that this has shown up. I'm so grateful that this came. This is called intimacy. And this is almost like a rose. And there's two spiraling energies coming into the center. And that kind of represents the energy of two different souls coming together to meet. And that is literally what I was talking about with that soulmate family energy that is here coming in this future for you. And I feel like this intimacy card isn't talking only in the romantic relationship department. It's talking about personally, that this is your people, your tribe, your family, that you are able to have true, authentic, deep connections with other people where you can let down your guard, you can let your heart be exposed out here and show the beautiful light of who you are, and it's safe because you have the people, the right people in your life to do that with. Okay? Like, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Okay, what is our card here? Oh my goodness, sensitivity. Yep, makes sense why that one's coming up. And I just want to get, I feel like this one is it. Okay, and we have authenticity. Oh, beautiful. Okay, this makes complete sense to me because that sensitivity, I feel like this is addressing why that freedom card came up, because you guys truly are these beautiful, sensitive souls. And I would have to say, along with that sensitivity comes that empath kind of energy. That's what's coming up here, that you guys are those ones who are able to feel people, pick up on people, and as much as you need and know that you are meant to have these deep, meaningful relationships, there is that part of you that's very protected because you're so sensitive to the energies and to actions of others around you. And I feel like they're talking about this buffer that comes in, and not a buffer to keep it out, but a buffer in a way that you're in a self-empowerment sort of way of truly being in that place of loving yourself and resting in the heart center chakra here, that gives you that buffer and energy with the world, so that if negative things come in, which they will, that it comes in, you're grounded, out it goes, it passes through you, you make your assessment, and you carry on. And that it's a reminder that your sensitivity is a part of your, not just your gift, but the beauty of who you are as a soul in this lifetime. And your future self is saying this is an important aspect of you. Do not stuff it away or lock it in a closet to keep it safe. We need that out here. And we truly do. And that's why that authenticity card has come up. Because this really is about you guys being your authentic selves. So if you're quirky, if you're different, whatever makes you you, that's what needs to be here. And it's okay that a part of you is a part that wants and needs connection, community, and people, because it's what you're here to do and be. And it's like your future self is trying to reassure you in whatever way possible. Okay, what more do we need to know here? And I feel like this one here, the star, peace and healing. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? No, it's not there yet. There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna flick it out. Oh, 2 came out. Okay, that's definitely spirit working its magic there. Okay, so what do we have? 9 of crystals. That's funny because it's been a hot card, even in the shorts video. Oh, nice. And we have the Queen of Shells. Okay, so with that Queen of Shells, we will start with this one. Shells represents hearts. And with that Queen, it does say peace and compassion. And I feel like that part of the message, I've been through it. I don't want to be a broken record, but peace and peace. Okay, so this does talk about coming into needing balance, because the Queen of Shells, when she is happy, healthy, and expressing herself in a healthy way, when she's healed, and I'm saying that because of this, that she does embody and exude the divine feminine in being highly intuitive, which we've already discussed with you guys. Nurturing, caring, loving, family, all of those things, that's the energy that comes with her. But when she's in her negative, she can be overcome by emotions, taken by emotions, and be emotionally reactive and that sort of thing. And I feel like they're talking about this having been a part of your past for you and coming into the healing that's coming up here for you, that I know that you guys have already started it. You wouldn't be even on my channel if you guys weren't into looking at yourselves and doing personal and spiritual growth work. Now, we have the star, and what I absolutely love is this swan does represent that transformation that's coming through. And I feel like that's an inner transformation that affects the world outside of you. And that is that truly seeing yourself for who and what you really are. I've used this analogy a lot. You are the swan, you aren't the ugly duckling, right? And that a huge part of this focus that comes in here is your healing, to bring you into that place where your sensitivity is used as a gift in service out here in the world and not used against you, right? It's used in a healthy way. And not only that, we have the 9 of crystals, and this spider is, this is amazing because it uses the analogy of the web, its web in the write-up, that it's able to create and build this web or nest that gives you this deep sense of security, that you can relax and let down your guard. And this is coming up in the future. That's what this card is talking about. And so with that, it also has a tremendous amount of abundance. But it says that you're the one who builds the web. You are the weaver in your life. And that it will take your time, your efforts, and your dedication to get there. But my goodness, you guys will absolutely get there. So of course, do not give up on yourselves. And I feel like with you guys, they're saying, keep going in the direction you're going. You are heading in the right direction. You truly are. You just have to believe in yourself enough to get through what they're talking about here in your reading. Now, I hope you liked your reading. If you did, I would truly appreciate if you sprinkle some love. If you resonate with another reading, please go ahead and watch that now. And as always, you know I love you. I can't wait to see you again next week. Mwah. Take care. Hi, Group 3. Okay, we're going to start with the intuitive notes and intuitive impressions here, and then we'll get into the tarot cards. What came in right away is you guys are the warriors. You are the fighters. And I don't mean you fight the world. I mean, you are willing to fight. And it's in your nature. It's built into your programming that always what's right. That your sense of integrity is so profound, and you will always fight for what's right. And you will always fight for yourselves. And even though you have those times where you're like, oh my God, I want to give up. Just let me die here. You don't. You want to, but you don't, because it's not in your programming to give up. And you will always fight for what is right. You are the one who defends those who cannot defend themselves. You will always come to the aid of anyone who needs aid in that way. But that warrior energy was so beautiful with you. And there was this triumphant energy that came in here. And, I put out of struggle because I felt like it gives me the feeling of like tires spinning in the mud, that it's just not even able to catch your breath. It's just always one after another, trying to just, be able to survive and take care of yourself in some sort of way. And even if you have a decent job or career, that it's a lot of work. My fingers are squeaking on the table. Because security, financial, I put that in a square because it seemed like that was the biggest focus when I was tuning into group 3, that it was about coming out of that struggle, but with it came this feeling of hard hours ahead, that there's work still involved, that, because this is from your future self, the future aspect of you. And it was like, it's not like you're just going to ride on your laurels and, luck yourself into some great position, that there's energy and effort involved in here, but that you have the energy to be able to do it, and that you will fight for yourself and continue. But I feel like this isn't about fighting. This is about you just staying dedicated to the future and the path that you want, because you will have it. You absolutely will. And that's why this keep going came in, because I know that when you're in this place of feeling like you're just fighting everything, the world, your life, your finances, it gets tiring. And I'm just going to say, when women are in labor, there are many times where they're like, full labor, and they're going to deliver soon, but they're like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. And, that's when the midwives or nurses step in and they're like, yes, you can. You can keep going. And your future self is that one who's in there saying, yes, you can. You just keep going forward. Keep moving, because you've got this. And there's power restored in your life, because it feels like there's a big imbalance right now. And again, it does feel like financially, but in other ways, it's almost like there's aspects in your life that seem like it has power or hold over you, and you haven't been able to step into your own true sense of power yet. But that this is coming, and it's coming back into this really beautiful balance. Coming up here, it also gave me the feeling of supporting others. And I did put aid, and I put an arrow to this $, because in some way it gave me the feeling of, if you're in a relationship, that you would be the breadwinner, or like it gave me that kind of feeling of you being in that sort of position to be able to help out with your family or in your relationship in some way. But the supporting others didn't mean just financially supporting others. I felt like what it is that you are doing in life brings support into the lives of others, that brings them also back into a sense of empowerment. It was kind of like this, it was all connected together in this big interconnected circle, so that was pretty amazing there. We'll get out the cards and see that one right there, that one there. Oh, joyous, nice. This one likes to come out a lot, but perhaps it's because we need that reminder. Oh, beautiful. Alignment. Nice. And I want this one on top. Dragon Guide. Okay. I'm giggling. Okay, this completely makes sense to me, because coming out of that place of struggle is bringing you back into a place of joy, where it's not about, waking up, working, coming home, cleaning the house, taking 5 minutes to breathe, into bed and following the same routine and going over and over and over. Because we have the alignment card, I'm going to bring this one up. See how we have these 2 circles, and then we have these vibrational circles mirroring it. And these are actually turning and twisting and are coming into an alignment with these. And this is talking about the energies and frequencies in your life from what you are working on right now. And I want to say working on internally as for personal growth work, but also manifesting that this is coming into this beautiful alignment. You are coming into that frequency alignment. And that's why that joy is coming up here, this card. And your future self is just like, dangling this beautiful golden carrot for you to like, keep going, come get this carrot. And that's your carrot, is that. And we have the Dragon Guide card. There is this dragon in this fractal, and it's all greens and yellows. And that Dragon Guide is saying that it's okay to breathe a little fire in your life. And so that's part of the message. But the other thing is, a lot of the times we are running around thinking, I'm just me, and we don't really see ourselves for who and what we really are. And this is saying you aren't just some little, like you guys perceive yourselves as a puppy when you're really this beautiful, majestic dragon, fire breathing dragon. And you have that magic within you to transform your own life and to help support others in transforming their life. And that's the fire. That fire is transformation. It's the breaking down of the old and building it back up into the new. It's a Pluto kind of energy here. And that is where that empowerment keeps coming in here. And I feel, no, that's not it. There it is. Oh, come on, cards. And we have, oh my goodness, 28. We have, I'm going to put that one right there. Joyous and joy. And what are the chances of that? My goodness. I'm so glad I pulled them on camera. And yeah, I'm going to take it. And curiosity. Okay. I know exactly what they're talking about here. So the joy card, of course, same message as with the joyous. They're just backing it up because I feel like there's almost a part of you doesn't believe that you could actually be at a place where you're like just relaxed in life and going with the flow. And that really, truly is what is coming up here for you guys. And the curiosity card, I feel like that's a hint because they're hinting at something else that hasn't come through in the intuitive notes. And that it's really important that instead of being in this place of struggling, that you give yourself little timeouts each and every day to kind of explore what it is that brings you joy and start to get curious about it, but allowing yourself to explore those things because there is something empowering. And I don't know if that's a direction I feel, and my hands are turning on as I say that it brings you into the direction of career that is more suited for you or a change in your career that is more suited for you. So even if you don't leave the field you're in, that it alters in a way that it's better suited to you. But there's more for you to experience, and it's that exploration. And I'm going to say that energy is coming in here because I feel like for many of you, this is also a travel energy that's coming in. And I want to take this one. 4 of Crystals. Oh my goodness. I'm getting a little freaked out with this reading because it's this one. 6 of Crystals. They are backing it up. Oh my goodness. Okay. And that's the one. There it is. And the Page of Feathers. Okay. This is hilarious. Oh my goodness. I'm not joking because I'm going to get into this. These crystals are like pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. And pentacles represent abundance, money, issues, that sort of thing, which is totally what your reading is about. And then we have the Page of Feathers. And I know that it came out because of that curiosity card. And I was saying to you, that thing about you really like exploring, discovery. There is that thing, like the raccoon is that curious little creature. It will always go into places it's not supposed to go, but you are supposed to go into those places. And with that does come the energy of travel comes in with this card. And it is about, curiosity didn't kill the cat. Curiosity brought it back, right? And that is where there's a lot more that you guys have to discover about your life, about who you are, about what is truly available out there in the world for you. And I feel like a lot to discover about your ability to manifest a truly secure future for yourself financially. And which am I going to go to? I'm going to go to this one first, because the Four of Crystals, this one talks about really being dedicated to working towards your own financial security. And again, that's where that comes in. The word security is even here on the thing, which is funny. Now, with this, though, it does say that there's issues of control, and control is power. And that's what I felt, power restored in life, because it feels like in some way, some of you might be in jobs where it's messing with your own sense of empowerment, or in relationships where you're in like these silent, quiet, unspoken power struggles with other people. And this is talking about a restoring of balance so that you come into a place where you are self-sufficient, you are in your power, you're empowered. Okay? So this is hugely backing up everything that I've already been saying. But I feel like you guys really did need that message being driven home a couple times, because you guys are these beautiful, amazing warriors, and you have more strength and drive and ability than most other people could ever wish to have in this lifetime, and you just don't know it. You're like that big, powerful elephant that has one little rope around a leg, holding it to a peg in the ground. It's tethered to this little peg, and all the elephant has to do is swing its leg, the peg comes out, and he could walk away, but he doesn't know it. And that's like you guys. Now, the last card I have here, I'm going to read this card, and while I do that, go down and sprinkle some love on the like button for me, okay? Thank you. Six of Crystals. We have synergy and gratitude, and this one truly brings that joy, gratitude, just feeling so much contentment, which I'm going to say comes in a lot with this energy, that thank you universe, thank you to my higher self, thank you to spirit, to every outside support, spiritual support that aided you in growing into yourself in a very empowered and beautiful way, so that you realized just how amazing these gifts are that you have. And with this also comes, I want to say, companionships, because marmosets are very much a community-based creature. They are in, I don't know what they're called, herds. It's a herd of them. I don't know. But there's groups of them. And so what I'm trying to say here is you are not alone in this. And as you step into discovering this discovery and curiosity and learning more about yourself and coming into that place where you are benefiting other people in helping them come into their own sense of empowerment, it is building that community sort of energy does come in here very much so. So I hope you feel empowered to step out onto your path with a bit more confidence than you had when you first watched your reading. Now, As always, you know I love you. I cannot wait to see you again next week. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I love you. I'll see you next week. Take care.